So hey guys, since Disgaea 7 has recently come out, I thought I'd make this video in case some of you guys are starting to play through Disgaea for the first time. This will hopefully help you guys out, so we're just going to head to the tutorial. And alright. So first things first, we have this lovely throw mechanic, this lift mechanic. This has a lot of versatility and usages, but start off, yeah. So you can throw in 4 directions. Okay, I lied. You can throw in like 8 billion different directions. So if we go ahead and do this, like this, we're going to go back and forth, and then during the middle of it, boom, you can diagonal throw. Game doesn't really teach you that, but you can. And then following this, we also have the ability to capture monsters and put them in our base, I guess. So can we move them back? No. Alright. So we can capture monsters. So for example, this ghost here, we can capture it, right? By throwing it into our base. So we can just do this. But before we do that, let's go ahead and put Laharl here, for example. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then, do I have it here? No. Okay. So then go down like this, and then we have this, right? Okay, good. This is the right character. So what we can actually do is, alright, first let's look at Laharl. So Laharl has, what is that? 1, 2, 3, yeah. 1.4, so about 1.5 million attack, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to use Braveheart here. So Braveheart increases the target's attack temporarily. So we're going to just do that on Laharl. So let's execute that. So this goes up to a max of 2, but for demonstration purposes, we're only going to use 1 Braveheart. Of course, we can use multiple, but whatever. So we're going to go ahead and just return Laharl to the base. And Laharl's attack, it remembers being Bravehearted. So Laharl is now at 1.7 million in the base. So this actually does matter. So we're going to just go ahead and grab Plenaire. We're going to put Plenaire here. We're going to lift this monster. So if you throw a monster on top of a monster, of course, they fuse together and it levels up. So now we're going to grab just whoever, and then we're going to lift this guy up, and we're going to throw it into the base. If you throw it into the base, you will attempt to capture your enemy. There are like certain conditions to it, but yeah. In general, this is just a somewhat useful mechanic, I guess. So the capture rate, well, the capture is based on your character's health and attack values. So by using Braveheart like this, we can increase our odds of capturing a monster. So in this case, we'll take this level 90 guy, we'll throw it in here, right? And it'll be captured. So you can't capture like certain characters or certain monsters. There are certain conditions to it. You can probably look at the wiki and find out more about that. And speaking of which, if you hold down the confirm button, the cursor goes quicker. Like if I don't hold it, if I hold it. Cool. In Disgaea 2, for some reason it's no longer the confirm button, but it's actually the back button. I don't remember which games this applies to, like, but it's usually either the confirm button or the back button that enable you to make your cursor go faster, and this helps a bit. And yeah. So the guy I just captured, I don't remember. It doesn't show up here yet, does it? Yeah, I don't think so. It'll show up after, I believe, after this battle. So the guy you captured, of course, will be one of your characters after you capture it, right? So we'll just, well, actually we can't exit out. I remember that's not a feature in this game. So Well, let's see. Do I wanna? Nah. Alright, so if we capture that guy, right? It'll just be in our, like, I guess. Yeah, it'll be in our base here. And with this, we can actually buff the guy we just captured. And then we can make higher level copies of, like, these monsters, right? So, for example, we can fuse all these guys now, and then we can just keep doing this until we have a really high level monster. That's just a thing you can do, and it saves you a little bit of grinding on certain parts of the game, so. Helpful mechanic to know, I guess. If you lose to the first boss, you will also just be sent back, well, to the start of the game. It will New Game Plus you. So, that aside, if we go ahead and go to our menu here, it shows, like, the geo effects to the left there, if you can see it. So, red is health 50, defense is blue, defense 50 is blue, yeah, so. Things that are on red, if they die, give 50% more health. And then, defense, if you're standing on blue. So, yeah. That's kind of how that goes. And also, like, every character has some, like, element stuff on them. So, I believe this is randomized on everything, aside from, like, specifically characters. Like, for example, I think Plenair might have it set to fire neg 50, ice 50. I don't remember if that's for sure how it works. But yeah, as you can see, this guy has 50% fire. This guy has 0% fire, so they're just all different despite being the same enemy. Yeah. So that's just kind of how it goes. But let's see. For example, is this guy also? Yeah. Okay. I don't know why, but this guy's 45, neg 50, 50. I guess that's what it is, you know? So you have different resists just on your characters. Doesn't super matter. And also, I guess there's this. You can zoom in and out the camera. But whatever. If we do this, this mechanic is pretty useful. So this goes to any character that hasn't acted yet, and also the base. And this doesn't just go to the base, I believe. This can actually show you where the gate is for the item world. So this is just a useful, like, mechanic to know. And it helps you locate, like, the gate faster. So, yeah. That's mostly everything I want to talk about, right? Well, actually, there's still one thing, so. Of course, we can do lift on any of our characters. So let's say I do this, lift on this character. Then, this character that I'm holding, it cannot be damaged or anything, except maybe by status. I don't exactly recall, but this character I'm holding onto here will not be able to take damage until I, well, either my character dies or I kind of put them down, right? So, at first, well, there's a different strategy you can also employ where you just simply do lift on your opponent. So if you do lift on your opponent, they can't act until your character dies. So they will lose their turn effectively. Because you take the damage during the end of the turn. And the damage you take is proportional to your enemy's health. And this is just a somewhat useful mechanic. So if I, for example, just lifted this guy can still die, but I can, for example, sack a low-level character, like, I don't know, I'm sure I have one somewhere. Like this green skull, I could just move him here, grab onto a boss with lift. In Disgaea 1, I'm pretty sure you can lift, like, pretty much every single character. I think they changed this in Disgaea 2, maybe? Or maybe it's still not changed, I'm not sure. But after some Disgaea, you can't lift bosses like this to cheese them. Somewhat cheese them, I guess. So if I do that, I can just wail on my opponent, the the next turn when this character dies, and they will lose their turn. And then I can just do that quite a few times. So you can only dispatch up to 10 characters total. So if I take this character out, we're at 3. If I put him back, 4. And you lose when you no longer have a character, and you can no longer dispatch, right? So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. And also, I guess worth mentioning is that in this game you actually there's no retry function or anything. It's just straight up game overs you and then takes you to the main menu. So like, so you should save, like, yeah, save often. You don't want to lose a lot of progress by forgetting to save. There's no autosave or anything, yeah, so please save. The cutscenes are literally completely unskippable, so I mean, if you lost and the area had a cutscene, sure, but if you lost and you cleared like 5 areas, you have to sit through like 5 cutscenes, redo those fights. Yeah, not the best. But yeah, these are a bunch of like small mechanics I wanted to show you guys for Disgaea 1, and maybe I'll finish that item guide for Disgaea 2. So yeah, whatever. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.